January, and I posted it simultaneously. I had it on my Substack, but I posted it then into my Medium, and then I just shared that on that Telegram group. Said, don't be disheartened, because if Bitcoin does go to 250k, 500k, and $1 million a coin, there's a lot of people that are saying it will. And if you're hodling now, you'll be glad that you did hodl when that happens. When you get, first of all, a 10x, and then 20x, and like 100x, 50x, 100x on the price. And the reason for that is, so you've got some really big players now getting into Bitcoin, some really big hedge funds, and BlackRock, which I think is the biggest company in the world. I don't know if it's them or Google, but BlackRock and Vanguard, they own pretty much everything. And they're muscling into Bitcoin now. And, what's happening is there's a fight with the SEC in America, who basically the corrupt politicians there want to crush Bitcoin, and they want to keep control of everyone via their fiat system, right? And they don't want a Liberty currency to take over a decentralized currency that's not controlled by central banks. But because now you have BlackRock muscling in, that will put a lot of pressure on the SEC to approve the ETF, the Bitcoin ETF. As I understand it, what a Bitcoin ETF is, this was explained in the latest Defund the Matrix.tv installment, which I'll share in the description of this video. If you're kind of, let's say, libertarian oriented, and also you saw through the narrative of the last few years and you didn't get fooled by what they were trying to do since 2020, then that video's for you. It can't end up on YouTube because it just gets instantly banned for the topics they discuss on there, but it's primarily crypto focused. And so on that installment I kind of learned that what an ETF is, and it is basically like a big company like BlackRock or one of the big hedge funds. They basically buy some Bitcoin and they hold it, and they hold it in a trust, and you buy shares in that trust. So instead of you holding the Bitcoin itself, you earn shares in an investment, and I think that's what an ETF is. Which it goes totally against everything Satoshi Nakamoto stood for. I would personally never ever consider custodial ownership of my coin, any coins, unless I had to store it on an exchange temporarily. Other than that, it stays in my wallet, mate. So I'm not that stupid. However, the good thing about an ETF, like a company like BlackRock, is it will push the price up, and it will make BTC more rare. It's inevitable, and not just BlackRock, these other big hedge funds that are muscling into Bitcoin now. So they will lean on the SEC to make the ETF get approved, and so the US will become a more favourable environment for crypto than it currently is, hopefully. And not only that, if by some amazing miracle or something, I don't vote for any of these parasites, but I'm just stating the obvious fact that some are better, some are much more glued up than others, should we say. If Bobby Kennedy Jr. gets elected in the US, then that will be absolutely amazing for Bitcoin. In fact, I don't think he would even try and go after Monero or Pirate or privacy coins. I don't think so. The US would then suddenly become a very favourable environment for crypto. it's just bizarre how it can really depend on who gets installed in there, you know, who gets selected, and how long they're in for, because it gets churned over, doesn't it? So where's this telling me to go? Have I still got an opportunity to get off? I think there's one more on the M45, one more roundabout was where I turned right, but I'm not certain here. I was just looking on the map earlier. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, Bitcoin is super stable, but it's not, the bull run isn't taking off because of these delayed SEC decisions. So the decision on the ETF, I believe, is now postponed until 2024. So that's kind of killed confidence in the market a little. It would have been worse if it had been rejected. Then we would have had buying opportunities then on Bitcoin. Say Bitcoin would have gone on sale. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter in the long term. Crypto is so super big in these other geographic locations like Dubai, even though they banned Monero apparently, like Asia, Southeast Asia, Hong Kong, Korea, and new places popping up like El Salvador. Well, that's not exactly new, that's been for a few years now with Bukele, where they mine Bitcoin using volcanoes, and it's a super cool environment. They have Bitcoin Beach there, where you can pay for your ice cream using the Lightning Network. But I hear also the front runner in Argentina. Again, I'm not a guy who votes, who believes in politicians in any shape or form, but I'm just commenting from the point of view of how these things can positively influence the price of Bitcoin. The front runner is, they call him ultra right wing, which is absolute nonsense. All he is an anarcho-capitalist. I think other than Lieberland, if he gets elected, maybe that would be the first time an anarcho-capitalist is ever elected in a country, if he gets elected. But and Argentina is in such a mess. I mean, their currency is devalued all the time, chronically all the time. Terrible economy there. But this guy is super pro Bitcoin, so that could then become a Bitcoin haven alongside El Salvador, other territories in South America that are super favourable to Bitcoin. I think Nicaragua might be one of those. And then of course there's Lieberland, which is this tiny brand new little country which you can find videos on YouTube about guys going to Lieberland. The Croatian, I think it was, police would previously arrest you if you tried to get across the river and go on to Lieberland. I think it's like an island. It's a brand new country with embassies and everything. They go to Davos and things. I don't think the guys agree with what's done at Davos, but I suppose they have to go because their country. It's like this bit of territory caught between Serbia and Croatia that nobody cared about and nobody wanted. So these AMCAP guys bought it and created Lieberland, and Bitcoin is going to be like a national currency there. And it might be the national currency. So since this famous YouTuber got nicked and very roughly treated by the cops on Lieberland, he managed to get ashore, and the Croatian pigs basically came on shore and they pinned him down, they pointed guns at him, and this was all captured on YouTube. It was all like the cameras were rolling, you know. Since that happened, it gained a lot of attention, and now the Croatians have backed down, and now I believe they formally have an entry now. You can legally go there now, which will super open up Lieberland country. I hope you can hear what I'm saying with all this wind. It's a bit windy. So yeah, those are the things. That's my crypto download for this ride and tour. If you know anything about 2017 and the Bitcoin block size wars and how the big blockers forked, decoupled from Bitcoin and went off to form BSV and Bitcoin Cash, if you know anything about all that stuff, then you might appreciate what I'm about to talk about next. If you don't, there's a really good book called The Block Size Wars, which I listened to on Audible, which explains it all. It's basically the small blockers versus the big blockers. Now on the latest, there's pros and cons for both. Bigger blocks makes Bitcoin more scalable, basically. But on the latest Defund the Matrix TV, they confirm what the crypto vigilante had been saying. I'm still on the fence on this issue myself, but I can well believe that it's true. That Bitcoin was overtaken basically by the three-letter agencies back in 2017, the CIA and all that. And the true Bitcoin kind of forked and became Bitcoin Cash and BSV. On the Defund the Matrix, they listed Bitcoin Cash as a pick this time, interestingly. Getting a sore throat, it's so dry, I might stop talking soon. And BSV has, so the crypto vigilante I don't believe they like Bitcoin Cash. Don't quote me on it, but from memory. Oh no, it's taking me on the M1. I don't want to go on the M1, bubbles. Didn't want to do this. Is this taking me on the M1, seriously? My mistake. Anyway, what was I going to say? So they say that Bitcoin was hijacked and is a total surveillance coin, which is a surveillance coin. Blockchain analytics companies can totally tell who's sending Bitcoin to who, and so they say that Bitcoin's compromised now, and it's not the original Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto had in mind. Blinking one, I should have turned right. I should have turned off. So is it going to take me off the next exit? I wonder. But in any case, those of us that are into Monero, we kind of appreciate that Monero is really what Bitcoin should have been, with privacy protocol. So that's more than good enough for us. Damn, I wasn't paying attention. I should have come off before I hit the M45 then, I guess. I'll have to replan this trip next time. Anyway, there's not too much traffic. There's loads of bikes out today. Not too much traffic here. I suspect it might take me off the next exit. Is it going to? And yeah, 0.3 miles. Not services, obviously. That's only one junction. And back on the hopefully the country roads. And then I hope the riding is going to get more interesting. I could have done this bit by cutting down before I hit the M45. No, it's just. This is a pain, it's just telling me to stay on. So could I at Watford got off? Oh no, this is a nightmare. I'm stuck on the M1 now for 13 miles. Really planned this trip badly. I don't care. I'm on a little bit of speed. Try and get to where I'm going a bit quicker. Do that now. I should come off at an exit, a Daventry exit. That's what I should do. Just get off at Daventry and then try and hit the A5. Just go that way. Might try that. Just follow my nose. There, we'll see. Come off a Daventry and put toaster into my sat nav. It's saying, yeah, it's saying junction 15, which I don't want to go that route. It's boring. 11 miles, junction 15. I'm coming off before that. Let's see where we are. It's all smart motorways now. And so that's my crypto downloads. We're still in hodl mode. But there's some good tools out there to be able to predict coins that are going to pump and things. So I'm watching that space for people that I'm kind of tuned into, developing software that will serve as an investment aid for trading coins. So watching the space. I think I'm going to stop talking now for a little bit and make my journey to MK. Ciao for now. To Smith out.